Hello, welcome to another episode of My Tummy Hurts. I am your host, Shannon Chan Kent. Thank you for being here. Okay, so as promised, I am going to do a little episode on my ER kit. ER kit? Emergency kit. My ER, sure. I was in the ER several times the first year I got sick. So my emergency kit, what I use currently, almost every day, pretty much every day, what I wouldn't leave the house without, what I travel with. I don't have everything with me, and I probably won't go through absolutely everything, like all the supplements I'm taking either. But I can name a few of the supplements that I'm taking. Nothing is sponsored. I have one affiliate link for one of the things that I use, but other than that, this is just my own research and yeah. So here we go. Okay, so first things first, when I wake up in the morning, I take my minerals and electrolytes, and I use a brand. I use like Trace Minerals, and then I use a brand called Body Bio, and they have these like macro and micro electrolytes. And so I put a few drops into my water. Before I even drink water, I directly go outside onto my balcony. Rain or shine, doesn't matter. Within the first like 10 minutes of waking up, I expose myself to direct sunlight to help my leptin and set my circadian rhythm. And so I do that. And then while I'm on the balcony, I do like a bit of like a lymphatic massage. It's a little hard. I can't get massaged right now because my joints and brain and proprioception just all changes when my muscle tone changes. Um, but I do like a few pumps on my clavicle. I do some pumps behind my knee. I do a pump near my diaphragm, my groin, and then I do some like deep diaphragmatic breathing. And then I I know you probably didn't want like I'm like walking you through my whole day, but then I come in and I drink all of my water and then I use my Cecily Bradley lymphatic brush. Can you hear that? I don't know if this is a good ASMR mic. Um, but it's this beautiful curved little brush. I have the bigger one in my hand right now, but I also have the face one as well, which is like a little bit skinnier, and I travel with the face one. I don't even really think I know how to use it. Like, I think if you go on her website, I'm using it right now. I think if you go on her website, she like tells you you're not supposed to like really brush, but you're supposed to kind of, because there's these tiny little dots on the brush. I hope you guys can watch this on YouTube. There are these tiny little dots on the brush that I think help grab the skin so that you're not like, with a regular lymphatic brush, you're brushing your whole body. But with this one, you are not supposed to brush your whole body. I don't I don't think I'm doing it totally correctly, but I do feel this like small tug of the skin, which when you get a lymphatic massage, and I know that there are tons of different ones out there, Brazilian, and the ones I used to get in London when I was there for a while. I forget the founder. I'll look it up, but it was either like German or Swiss or something, or I don't know, or maybe he was English. But anyways, a lymphatic massage or the traditional one is supposed to be like you're barely supposed to feel it. It's like the lightest touch on your skin. And I feel like the point of this brush is to feel that like slight tug on the surface of your skin to move the lymph. I'm really not doing a good job at explaining this, but if you're watching on YouTube, it's like you can see me doing it to my neck and you can like see the little dots gently tugging my skin, moving the lymphatic system. Whoa, sorry. I Not everyone's going to be watching this. I just made that noise because there are these fruit flies that have been flying around all day, and I've been trying to get them. I got three. I don't know why there are so many. I don't keep my windows open. I throw out all the old food. I'm just, you know. Anyways, okay, so that is what I do. And I might not do it in that order. I definitely go out and get sunlight first thing in the morning and I drink my water first thing in the morning. Actually, before I lymphatic brush, I've done like that, the little lymphatic massage, and then I will go and do some movement. Actually, I'll go and do like a tiny bit of Pilates or whatever I can handle that morning, and then I will lymphatic brush. So that is that. My second thing that I do not live without are these Theraspecs. They are red light blocking. I also have them with blue lenses, and the blue lenses I think are good for patterns and um, like if you have trouble with patterns and like either like fluorescent or bright lights. But these guys I was wearing them all the time for a while, like didn't take them off all the time. I also have these vestibular migraine ones, which are a little bit of a different, like brownie orange tint. And I don't know where those went, and they were very expensive. But yeah, this is by a brand called Theraspecs, and I wear these every single night as soon as the sun goes down. And because I still like to watch TV, and despite everyone saying, no electronics 3 hours before bed, like who really does that? And if you do, congratulations, you have more self control than I do, even though I feel like I have a lot of self control. Um, yeah. So I use these when I watch TV or if I'm doing a little bit of work on the computer or work and also scrolling on the computer. I use these babies. So I have my Theraspecs and they go with me everywhere. I actually lost one pair and I was very, very choked. Okay, my next item is this thing, this little pen. It looks like a vape pen, and I look like a freak walking down the street because I hold it right at my neck, like at my jugular. And I think people are a little bit confused. It looks like a vape pen. Um, it's called the Arc Vibe or like the Arc Z Vibe or something. Can you hear that? Some more ASMR. It's a vibration tool, and I had been seeing like a neuro. She's not really a physical therapist. I don't really know what her title is, but she's been helping me with some exercises to um, just calm the nervous system, I guess. I know, not very helpful either. But she showed me this, and this tool is actually used for children or people who have difficulty with their speech. I think it vibrates, and I'm not quite sure the science behind it because I don't have difficulty speaking. Um, but they use it in their mouth to stimulate something. Like I said, not an expert. That's not why I use it. I was introduced to it because it works as like a vagus nerve stim for me. And it's in my other room, but I have a TENS unit as well that works as a vagus nerve stim. But I've found that this is more helpful for me and that it's more portable. I have one by my bed and then I have one that comes in my purse with me. And so you just twist the bottom of it and then I put it in my ear. I put it like towards the top of my ear and it stimulates my vagus nerve. I actually also put it at my jugular and I just have it vibrating. Or sometimes I'll take the entire pen and I'll just put it in my chest and I will, yeah. And I don't know if it really works, or it's like placebo or is used as a distraction from my other symptoms, but I feel better when I use it. Another vagus nerve thing that I use is this pebble called a Sensate. And actually, my boyfriend bought this for me without me really knowing. I think he saw an ad for it and bless his heart. But I was also trying, like, I don't use any Bluetooth. I tried to not expose. I feel like I can't really win the EMF Wi Fi battle, especially because, you know, my life already feels really limited, and I live with my boyfriend, and he has an Apple Watch and Bluetooth and listens to music on Bluetooth and wears AirPods and all of the things. And I already feel like I'll do a whole chapter on what it is to be with someone like him. No, someone like me who is in this season where a lot of what our life used to look like, and the person that he fell in love with has needed to change a little bit. And so, like all relationships, there's compromise. And I feel like, okay, I'm not going to win the no EMFs, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth thing here. So anyways, he bought me this Pebble. I refused to use it for a very, very, very long time. And what's kind of infuriating is that and maybe Pebble or Sensate, if you're listening, um, I can't use it on a plane. I don't know. I know Bluetooth so you can only use this Sensate if you have the app, and the app only works if you have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And I can put my Bluetooth on, like when you're traveling, but for some reason it won't connect because you have to connect it to the app. And I just feel like that is a major design flaw, unless, yes, I am missing something. So if anyone out there also uses a Sensate, let me know. So you turn the little Sensate on. Did you hear that as well? And I put it around my neck, and then I put the Pebble like in my chest like this. And then I go to my app and I turn on the Sensate, and it basically does what my Arc pen does. It vibrates. And it vibrates on your chest. And that is supposed to stimulate your vagus nerve, which your vagus nerve is arguably the most important nerve in your body. Well, actually, don't quote me on that. That is not science. That's just me talking out of my ass. But your vagus nerve is basically responsible for your entire nervous system, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your digestion, everything. And so, if you have had damage to your vagus nerve for multiple reasons, these little vibrational tools, no, they are not solutions, but they can act as a band aid. What else? I do have my travel bag beside me. I always carry an N95 mask. And then I also got this mask, which is in another room, but I got a mask called the Flow mask as well. And I can post it below. And yeah, it's like a medical grade. It was actually quite expensive. I wish it wasn't so expensive because I bought the wrong size. I bought an adult size, and I really should have gotten the children's size mask, but I just started using that. And yeah, I go into stores with a mask, and I travel with a mask, and I don't know all the science behind it, but I'm hoping that it does something. And if it makes me feel better, it makes me feel better. Okay, this is my most prized possession. My my Saluma, my Saluma red light, infrared light. So I got one of these maybe like 12 years ago, maybe even longer, like 13 years ago. And I bought it from my facialist because I was struggling with a lot of acne and breakouts. And I would use it on my face, like solely on my face. And I had it for years. I had it for so long. And then it kind of fritzed out. And although I still do use it on my face, there is, depending on what model you get, but there are a couple of settings. The wrinkle setting, there's an acne setting, and then there's an aches and pains setting. And I use the wrinkles and acne. Yes, I do alternate between those because, she's an aging woman. But I cannot live without my Saluma for the aches and pains. I just like if I have period cramps, if I have a pulled back, I have two Salumas. I have the Saluma Pro, which is a much larger panel and can cover more surface area, and then I have this what I replaced my old Soluma with, which is the Soluma Home. I used to have the one called the Soluma Light, and it had the acne, the wrinkles, and the aches and pains. And like, honestly, that one was perfect. But because I had already bought the Soluma Pro, I needed something small to travel with. So I got the Soluma Home. And you can plug it in. You can plug it in. It needs to be plugged in. But the Soluma Home is portable, and you don't have to plug it in. You need to charge it. Um, but yeah, it's awesome. I really cannot live without this. It goes everywhere with me. They're also very good about their customer service is awesome, and when parts need to be replaced, they send you parts right away. Yeah, I've just had a really good experience with them. Okay, these are only two of my oils, but I cannot travel without essential oils. I travel with my biggest ones. I use doTERRA um, because I think they're a really, yes, MLM, whatever, but I do think that I have a couple of dealers who I really trust. I trust their opinion. They're holistic people, light workers, and they're just people with integrity who I trust. So the two oils that I carry in my bag every day, Digest Zen. I have these all around. I have one in my bedside table, one in one purse, another in another purse, and then one in my travel bag. And then frankincense. Now, the frankincense is a little more on the pricey side, but you need just like a drop. And I find the frankincense, I'm sure it has a ton of different properties. But for me, I use it for inflammation. I put like before I fly, I put like a couple drops or like one drop on my pinky finger. And then I put a little up my nose. And then I always put the frankincense on the roof of my mouth. And I've heard that that really helps with neural inflammation. Um, and yeah, it also just smells really grounding for me, which is important when you don't feel so grounded all the time. So, those are like kind of the gadgets I use. I'm trying to think of other gadgets I use, but those are my essentials that I bring every day. And the Sensate I just kind of started using again. I'm still like, oh, there's the fly again. Um, I'm still like, I don't really want to be using a lot of Bluetooth or have it around me, especially on my body. But, when I'm having a really hard moment, you know, what's more important, the Bluetooth or just getting through that hard moment? Now, I also let's get to some of the supplements. I'm not going to like pull out all of the supplements, but one thing, oh, I have it. Oh, no. One of the two of the supplements I always have on me are by I think it's called Seeking Health, and it's DAO or DAO, and it is for histamine. I can't remember exactly what it does. I think it either helps the body break down histamine and carry it out, or your body has a hard time if it. I'm butchering it. I'm butchering it. Look it up. I wish I knew more about it, but you take it before every meal. And in my case, yeah, even though I'm eating a low histamine diet, I do take it before every meal, just in case I'm not feeling well that day, which is, yeah, every day. And then I have a Designs for Health Digest Zymes, just like a digestive enzyme that I also take with every meal. And I found those have been really helpful. I have been a little bit less bloated, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, don't mind this clap. I'm gonna get this fly. Nope. Oh, got it. Do you see it? It's on my hand. Please watch this YouTube video. It'll be so much more fun for you. Um, Yeah, now I don't have anything to wipe it off with. Great. This has been a really great episode. Thank you guys for sticking in there with me. Okay, I'm just going to wipe it on this. Um, okay. What else? What other supplements do I take? Okay, another supplement that I take, all the time, it comes everywhere with me, is I have ginger pills. Very important. I've carried ginger my entire life, but even more so since I've had like this vestibular disorder. Even though ginger is technically high histamine, I think my brain just kind of blocks out the fact that it's high histamine and that it will be better for my nausea than it will it'll affect the nausea more than it will affect my histamines. Um and so I don't go anywhere. I keep ginger chews, not so much the candy. I keep these for my Americans out there. I have these Gravel. It's called Gravol. It's kind of like your Dramamine. I have these Gravol ginger chews, and then I just carry pure ginger capsules, and those come everywhere with me. Um, Another supplement that I take that I'm obsessed with is I take this Array constipation supplement. I've taken the bloat. I haven't found that the bloat has been that helpful, although I know that's the one they started out with and it's like they're tried and true. But um, especially while I'm trying to clear toxins, clear infection, going to the bathroom is super, super important. And obviously, because I've had tummy issues my whole life, my bowels have been like, a little erratic, unpredictable lately, or, my whole life. But um, yeah, so these Array pills, they came out with constipation pills, and I take those every night. And I found that they have been the perfect kind of thing to help get things going in the morning, along with the celery juice and the water and all of the things that you're supposed to be doing. But I take those every night. I also take, now you're really going to have to look this up. So, this brand called Body Bio, which my functional doctor introduced me to, she's awesome and she's coming on the podcast. So, you don't want to miss that episode. Um, it's a family owned brand. Their shipping's kind of slow. I will have to say shipping's a little slow, but their products are super clean, really awesome. And I use something called sodium butyrate and Tudka. Now I know that the Tudka helps with the bile. I have a hard time digesting fats. Um, so Tudka, I think, either helps with bile breakdown. Do not quote me. We're going to ask Dr. Ashley when she is here. And then the sodium butyrate, I think, helps with digestion. Both of them help with digestion, but I take those. I take the Tudka every night, but I take the Tudka especially when I'm eating something fatty. Yeah, because I got my genes tested and I have a hard time with fats, all kinds of fats, good for you fats and non good for you fats. So I need a little help in that department. So I take that. I take those. I take 2 sodium butyrate, 2 Tudka, or one with a meal, one at bedtime, and then I take 2 of the Array constipation. And then I have a BioOptimizers probiotic that I also use, and I don't take that all the time. Um, but when I remember, I will take it. And then something that I do use quite often too is a binder. So when you are doing like a killing protocol or a detox of some kind, your body, you're going to get some die off of whatever bug or parasite your body is trying to get rid of. And what these binders do is the bad stuff binds to, oh, there we go. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I had to stop there for a second because I forgot I had a phone call. That's why my alarm went off. So, anyways, but I did have a minute to check sodium butyrate if you guys are interested. It Sodium butyrate supports your gut and boosts your health. Yeah, okay, fine. Body Biobutyrate is a powerful, this is Body Bio, the brand, is a powerful postbiotic. It's formulated to fuel your microbiome, promote digestion, and strengthen your gut lining for whole body wellness. In today's world of low fiber diets, our bodies need more butyrate. Say hello to your solution. And I will tell you, when I was also, there's two on their website. There's the sodium butyrate and the butyrate calcium and magnesium. When I started taking butyrate, bowels more regular. So that is great. And then I also pulled up the TUDCA one as well. TUDCA or tauroursodeox is a bile acid naturally found in the body, traditionally used in Chinese medicine and now used in supplements. It is primarily used to treat liver conditions like primary biliary cholangitis and gallstones. Um, okay, that wasn't a great, anyways, it was just far too long. TUDCA is a naturally occurring water soluble bile salt that is formed in the liver and binds with the amino acid taurine. Okay, whatever. You guys can look it up. If you are interested in taking it, you might not need to take it. Other things that I cannot live without are my electrolytes. Now, when I first got sick, I had like a ton of pots, like, oh, there's another fruit fly. This episode has been all over the place, so thank you for sticking with me. I use the brand Ultima. It has no sugar, and I carry these little packets with me everywhere. Um, I actually don't feel like my electrolytes are low or imbalanced, but especially because here it's been quite hot. Um, I carry them with me everywhere, and I do carry them with me. They're perfect for traveling. So I do carry that. And yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting a ton of things. I can probably go through a list of other supplements I'm taking, but actually, I have toned down a lot of the supplements I'm taking. I actually started taking peptides, which I want to chat about on another episode. So, yeah, thank you for being here with me and sticking through the killing of the fly, the alarm going off, the pause in the podcast, and yeah, the unhingedness of what it is to be me. So, thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you soon.